Hey everyone, here we go. This is me in my garage setup. So we left off with our drawings having similar values throughout, kind of blocking in the darks and lights. And in our last class, we were supposed to kind of get a little bit closer to, pushing the darks and finding highlights. So what I'm doing is I have my I believe I said extra soft, or no, I switched to a soft, and then I have this Pentel eraser. That's the white thing that I also have in my hand, and I'm kind of reaffirming some of those decisions that I made. You can see the eraser right there is just in the top. Oh, left corner. Yeah, top left. Um, but here I'm darkening certain areas according to my reference picture, and I'm basing them off of other values. So, I don't know if you pay attention to the way I'm holding the pencil, it switches. Sometimes, I have a different grip because I'm trying to get these different marks. Like we talked about contours, cross contours, and like Michelangelo sculptors, the way they can sort of describe form using the direction of lines. So here I'm trying to think about the way that I socket what happens to the lines as it goes in, and just kind of darkening that area. I tried to make a video earlier and it got deleted, and in that video I was darkening the background so I can have a clear vision of what those relative values on the face of the portrait should be. I'm still holding my pencil very light. I'm a little bit darker than when we started, but I'm layering those lines, those directional lines, to create value. And here I'm going with the eraser, and it's the same concept except backwards. So the pressure of the eraser matters a lot, and you can see I'm sort of creating that highlight by getting rid of some of those lines. But also, I think it's important the way you hold the eraser is mirroring the way you hold the charcoal pencil. So even when I'm erasing, I'm using um, directional lines. And there you just saw I had this rag where I was softening a certain line, and I think that's a useful tool. You don't want to blend your whole drawing out, but you can soften certain lines depending on if the shadow is hard or soft using that paper towel. And if you want to make it sharp again, you can use your charcoal pencil and go back in there and sharpen it up. Here underneath the chin, so remember in class we talked a lot about just letting that line get lost between the chin and the neck if, for example, they're a really similar value. So I didn't really use a line, but I tried to find that jaw again, just being specific with values, if that makes sense. So because I darkened the neck, that jaw sort of uh, came forward, and I was able to define that jaw. So it's just this back and forth between the charcoal and the eraser. Once we've already divided it into, darks and lights, and we're starting to find the differentiations within those darks and lights, um, it's kind of just a back and forth with relative values. Here I'm darkening uh, those pupils so it doesn't throw me off for the rest of my drawing. Darkening the hair. I'm still redrawing also if I think something is wrong. So there I am darkening the background again and kind of blending out the lines. So this video that I took was an hour long. I just time lapsed it to make it this short video. Um, but the whole time I'm sort of thinking about the relationships of the values, and when I'm looking at my reference picture, I'm asking the questions: is this darker or lighter than this? And if this is darker or lighter than this, then what value is this? So here I am, and yeah, just pay attention to the way I'm holding the pencil. There's that, they're all contour lines. I'm never just sort of coloring in, if you will. And here I use that block eraser to get some of those highlights from the bust out, kind of like not the collarbone, but the trapezoid. And there I'm, kind of just moving around. You can see I'm not in one place for too long, just moving around the whole time. And there it is. That's where the video stopped. Uh, so I'll email you a follow up with some thoughts and some ideas for your drawings. All right, thanks.